Okay, what I'm going to do now is just give you an overview of some of the features of the once you're logged in here with regards to SMS List and subscribers. So what I've done is I've switched websites, so it's going to look a little different if you're comparing this to the other videos, but this one has a few records in it just in my testing that'll help you see what's going on here. So from my dashboard I can look at my SMS lists or my subscribers. What we're going to do first is go ahead and let's just check out how the lists work. Now these options are both the same at the top here of the menu. Click either one, it'll take you to the same place. Okay, so you can see I have a couple lists in here. One's just called Test List, another is called Pizza Shop. You can do a lot of the typical WordPress things work here, like if you want to do a quick edit and change the name of the pizza shop, you can do that. You can also select what numbers this list is active on. So it's possible to restrict this list to only one number or maybe multiple numbers. Maybe you want to add a number that works the same way for the same list for whatever reason. Most of the time I'm going to guess that you would probably just have one phone number for one list, but it's up to you. You can have more than one, as in this case. Here are the keywords for the list. Default, and I have pizza 3 here. Default works so that if someone sends a message in that hits one of these phone numbers and they don't text anything that makes that finds a keyword, so they didn't type in pizza 3 and they didn't type in anything that worked on this other list, but since you have a default set up here, it's going to add it to this list anyway, and it'll assume that you wanted to get on this list. So you don't have to use that, but that's available. The published status is if you want to take a list offline, you can do that. You can just set it to pending a review. In order for it to work, for the list to be active, it needs to be set to published. And we'll cancel that, but you can see that also here are the phone numbers attached to this list. There's 2 subscribers, one is published, that type of thing. If I click on the list, we can go in and I can see the settings here among some other things in more detail. One of the cool features about this WordPress plugin and how it works with Twilio is that you can get on the list via a phone call or in addition to sending a text message. There are a good number of people out there still that would rather just dial a phone number than send a text message, and there's that option. So in your marketing, you can give people the option to call a phone number rather than sending a text message. Now one of the limitations with calling the phone number is that if they dial this phone number, say the 719 number, and you might have multiple lists attached to this phone number, but you can only have one that answers it via the phone because you don't really have the keyword. Since there's no keyword attached to the phone call, it just will find the first list that has that's attached to this phone number that has either a text-to-speech greeting or an audio greeting. And so if you set that up, it'll work. If you set it up for more than one list on the same phone number, you might get some unpredictable behavior, but if you set it up for one, then it'll add all the calls coming in will be added to this list. And you can upload audios and that type of thing here. It'll show you as well a history of messages sent to the list. So if you it's a great way to keep tabs on how often you're sending stuff to your list, and making sure you're not doing it too often or too little, or maybe you just need to remember what it was that you sent last time, or what's the history, or if you've sent a certain offer before or not. Your SMS replies, these are the various replies that are available for when someone calls or sends in a text. If they're a new subscriber, they get a certain reply. If they're already on the list, they'll get another reply. And if they're a re-subscriber, someone that dropped off the list, they send a stop request and then they're getting back on, they're resubscribing, you can send them a different list. And then finally, here are the subscribers that are on this list. You'll see the phone numbers down here. You can click on any of them and you can see the details of that subscriber. So this, one more thing is, a couple things, is you can add keywords. This is where you add the keywords for your list. So when someone texts the word pizza 3 to either one of these phone numbers, it will reply with these messages here based on their status on the list, and then which phone numbers you want this list to be active on. And I'll leave it at that for now. There's more details I'll cover each step by step in additional videos.